We need to talk about the American lady that's currently refusing to leave Pakistan. She is asking that the Pakistani government give her money to make Pakistan a better country. The reason that this woman has even gone to Pakistan is to meet this guy who she is apparently married to. The pair of them fall in love online and she's actually catfishing him. He's 33, he's 18, and she uses heavy filters on her face to the point where she is completely unrecognisable. Actually end up having like this marriage ceremony before they've even met, and then he says, "My love, come and live with me in Pakistan." And so she says, "Yeah, sure." She jumps on a plane, she takes herself to Pakistan. Apparently where this young guy lives is not the nicest of place. So when she arrives there, she's like, "Where the hell am I?" She knocks on that door and they don't even recognise her. And then she tells them, "Hi, my name is so-and-so." And they're like, "Whoa, okay, I'm actually married to this woman." And you know what? Fair play to the guy. He says, "I love you regardless of what you look like. Come on in." However, his mum's like, "Absolutely not. Who is this 33-year-old woman in my home?" And she says, "You're not married to my son." She takes her son, she locks the doors of the home and she runs. They go on the run. They still don't know where they are as far as I know. Now, this woman, instead of just cutting her losses and going home or enjoying a nice holiday and then leaving, she decides, "No, I'm not having this. I'm going to stay here." She's literally like that song, you know, the one from the script, "Gonna camp here on the corner." She goes outside and she basically just camps outside and she says, "I'm not leaving until my husband comes here. We're going to live together." And at this point, it's causing a disruption in all these people's lives. It's kind of like a tight-knit community. So people start chattering, they start, "Have you seen the woman outside?" They start doing that. And eventually local news places, they start to pick it up. And then it gets bigger and it gets to the point where she's refusing to leave so much that now the government have to get involved because obviously she doesn't have a visa to stay there and she's not married to this guy technically. Not a legal wedding. What she's doing is kind of like illegal. Instead of just going home, then at that point, no, she doubles down. And when the people come to interview her, she's really quite rude to them. In fact, she tells them that it's none of their business what she's doing and that she's not going to leave unless the government give her 5k. The demands change regularly to build Pakistan into a nicer country. She says that's what she wants to do. She also says that she is now Pakistani. She's no longer American. And when anybody tries to say anything to her, even when they're not being rude to her, she tells them, "Mind your business. It's none of your business." But it kind of is their business because it's their country. Fair play to the Pakistani people because they are so respectful to this woman. At some point, a humanitarian hears her story, sees her story and decides that he really wants to help her. She must accept. So now, in all the press releases, this guy is by her side translating pretty much everything that she's saying. And in return, this lady, she repeatedly pronounces his name wrong. And the way that she mispronounces his name makes his name sound like something not so great in Pakistani. Despite this very sweet man, he stays by her side. Then eventually this man who's standing by her and helping her, he gets word from back home where her son is. And her son tells the man that, "No, my mum is actually mentally not well. She needs help." And so at this point, the humanitarian tries to get her admitted into some sort of facility. This woman, she's not giving up. Oh no, guess what she does? She breaks out of the facility. And after breaking herself out, she goes and finds herself a McDonald's. She sits in there and she makes a big order. She's just ordering herself a Big Mac. Then all these other guys, these creeps, they start to see the news about this woman who's refusing to leave. And lots of them, they start coming out the woodwork. Some of them are like 70 years old. One of them is actually blind. And they all offer to marry her because they're all wanting a green card to go back to the USA. In fact, the guy that's blind, he says, "I can go back to the States. I can get my eyes fixed for free. And then I can marry a supermodel there." Then when she's in the McDonald's and the humanitarian guy is still behind her, he's still following along with her because he wants to make sure she's okay, she starts to give the longest McDonald's order you have ever heard. She sits down, she finishes everything. She's done. The humanitarian guy says, "Come on, we better get you back to the facility." And she's like, "I'm not going back there." And she doesn't. Guess where she goes? She goes back to the apartment complex and she camps outside again. I think since she's so in love with this guy and that's why she can't leave Pakistan, that she wouldn't be flirting with other guys, but she is. She is. Young guys come over to her, she flirts with them. And so now it's become a little bit of a running joke that this lady, she likes them young. And then while she's camping, she also loses her $10 million ring, her wedding band. Don't know where that's gone. Kind of despite the fact that she's being kind of rude to the people, they love her. They love her and they can tell that it's just kind of how she is. And I think everyone's really enjoying her being there. It's become a little bit like Love Island. A bit like Love Island. All these suitors are just basically going to meet her camping out to see if they can marry her. Nobody in my life cares about this, so I have to tell you guys.